Archangel Michael has opened a hidden door of wealth and honor for you. But the door will close as quickly as it appeared if you scroll past this. My beloved child, something sacred is stirring around you right now, and Archangel Michael is moving closer than he ever has before. The moment you saw the title, a spiritual signal was triggered, a signal that only those chosen for an accelerated season of wealth, honor, and divine recognition can feel in their spirit. This is not coincidence. This is not random. This is a heavenly appointment. Archangel Michael has opened a hidden door in the invisible realm, a door that does not open for everyone and a door that will not stay open for long. From the very first breath of this message, I need you to hear this clearly. This door was not created today. It has existed for years. But it only becomes visible when your spirit reaches a level of readiness that heaven has been waiting for. That readiness is being felt right now in you. It is the stirring you can feel in your chest, the subtle trembling in your intuition, the sense that something monumental is unfolding behind the scenes. Archangel Michael is guiding you toward a shift that will overturn long seasons of financial stagnation, delayed recognition, overlooked value, and hidden potential. You are stepping into a realm where heaven places a spotlight on you, not for ego, but for divine assignment. There is a reason the door is described as hidden. Hidden doors in the spiritual realm are only revealed through obedience, humility, and spiritual alignment. You weren't shown this door earlier because you would have walked through it too quickly, without carrying the wisdom you carry today. You had to endure certain battles so the oil of discernment could rest upon you. You had to walk through seasons where honor was withheld so you could learn where true honor comes from. You had to experience lack so that you would never mistake this next wave of wealth as a product of human effort. This hidden door opens only for those whose spirits have been tempered by fire, and you are one of them. Right now, Archangel Michael stands beside this door, holding it open with his sword of divine authority. In the spiritual realm, his presence signifies both protection and activation. When he opens a door, no darkness can close it prematurely. When he reveals a pathway, no enemy can hide it again. But Michael does not hold doors open forever. He holds them open only during the divine window assigned to your destiny. And child, that window is shimmering before you even as you listen to this message. Listen closely. This message carries something heavy, something alive, something that feels like electricity in your spirit because heaven is pulling you forward. There are people who will scroll away from this message unaware that they just bypassed the moment their spiritual wealth window opened. But you are still here. That alone marks you as someone whom heaven has flagged for supernatural elevation. There are levels of honor that have been stored with your name on them, and Archangel Michael is releasing the first wave through this message. You've been feeling invisible in certain areas of your life, unseen, unappreciated, undervalued. But the hidden door is not about who sees you, it is about who heaven is about to reveal you to. There is a divine unveiling preparing to unfold where people who once overlooked you will be unable to ignore you. You will become a beacon of influence, a carrier of sacred authority, and a vessel through which wealth flows effortlessly and honor follows naturally. Not because you chased it, but because the door Michael opened leads directly into it. But child, hear this with trembling seriousness. This door is temporary. It does not remain open indefinitely. It appears suddenly, and it disappears just as suddenly if you fail to respond to its call. Heaven moves in windows, not in permanency. Alignment is everything. If you scroll away too soon, if you disconnect from this revelation before it anchors in your spirit, the door will begin to fade. That is why your spirit is urging you to stay, urging you to listen, urging you to absorb every word being spoken right now. You are stepping into a season where your hands will handle what your heart has prayed for. Wealth that was blocked is about to move. Honor that was delayed is about to land. Recognition that was faint is about to become undeniable. And Archangel Michael is not merely watching this happen. He is orchestrating it with precision. This is not just a message. This is a moment of transference. Something is being passed into your spirit even now. Stay close, something deeper is about to be revealed. Something that will explain why this door is opening for you now and what heaven expects from you as you step through it. There is a coded message within this revelation that you cannot afford to miss. Hold steady. You are standing on the edge of a breakthrough that will alter the trajectory of your life. Before you move, seal this moment with your words. Type "I claim my door" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 1414 is now released. Dearest soul of light, the atmosphere around you is shifting even now, and I want you to notice what is happening inside your spirit as these words settle. There is a holy pressure building, a sensation that feels like something ancient, something long promised, something previously out of reach is finally drawing near. This is not imagination. This is not emotional reaction. This is spiritual confirmation. When Archangel Michael opens a hidden door, your entire inner realm begins to respond, and that is exactly what is taking place within you right now. The door you were shown is not only a doorway into wealth and honor, it is a doorway into your spiritual identity, the version of yourself heaven has always known, but you have only glimpsed in fragments. There are seasons in a person's life where heaven observes silently, watching your choices, your resilience, your integrity, your compassion. And then there are seasons where heaven intervenes with a sudden shift, a sudden opening, a sudden divine acceleration that no human effort could manufacture. You have entered one of those seasons. The hidden door has opened because your spirit has matured into alignment with your divine assignment. For years, you have carried a mantle that felt too heavy at times, a calling that others around you could not fully understand. Yet you remained upright when the pressure increased. You stayed faithful when the outcome felt delayed. You held on to hope even when logic said to let go. This hidden door is heaven's acknowledgement of your endurance. Archangel Michael has been sent to illuminate the path ahead because you are crossing into a new realm that demands clarity, protection, and courage. Wealth is coming, yes. Honor is coming, absolutely. But what is truly being delivered to you is authority, spiritual authority. The kind that causes battles to shift before you even step into them. The kind that causes opportunities to chase you. The kind that causes people of influence to be drawn toward your presence because they can sense the hand of heaven resting on your life. This authority cannot be purchased, cannot be earned, cannot be inherited through earthly means. It is activated when your spirit reaches the threshold of readiness. And beloved, you have reached it. The hidden door swings open not when life becomes easier, but when your spirit becomes sharper. You have learned how to discern energies, how to recognize authenticity, how to walk away from environments that dilute your calling. These choices were not small. They were spiritual tests disguised as everyday decisions. Every time you chose peace over chaos, integrity over convenience, growth over comfort, you were being prepared for this moment. Archangel Michael has been guiding these choices quietly, nudging your intuition, redirecting your steps, carving out space in your life so you can carry the weight of this new season. But hear this truth with reverence. When heaven opens a hidden door, it does so with purpose, not with randomness. This is not a reward. This is an activation. The wealth that is coming into your life is tied to assignments that only you can fulfill. The honor that is being placed upon you is meant to influence those who are watching your journey. People will be drawn to your transformation, not because of the external blessings, but because of the internal glow that Archangel Michael is igniting in you. This glow is the evidence of divine contact, the signature of heaven that marks those chosen for accelerated elevation. Yet with every divine opening comes responsibility. Hidden doors require intentional walking. You cannot drift through them. You must step through them with awareness. There will be distractions, not in the form of disasters, but in the form of comfort. The enemy of elevation is not always darkness. Often it is stagnation. It is the temptation to settle for the familiar rather than pursue the extraordinary. But this is not the moment for settling. This is the moment for rising. This is the moment for stepping boldly into the space heaven carved for you long before you were born. Archangel Michael's presence in this moment is strategic. When he appears, he does so for 3 reasons: to reveal truth, to destroy interference, and to guide chosen souls into their next spiritual chapter. He is doing all 3 for you. He is unveiling the door, cutting away the blockages that once stood in your path, and leading you through a transition that will redefine your identity. The door will not remain open forever, not because heaven is harsh, but because heaven works in seasons. These divine windows are designed to be recognized, honored, and acted upon. And child, you have recognized yours. That is why you are still listening. Your spirit knows what your mind is only beginning to understand. Stay with me here, because something even deeper is about to be revealed. The next layer of this message will explain what awaits you as you step through the door and why the timing of this opening is more divine than you realize. What you are feeling right now is the first wave of spiritual elevation. What comes next will be the unveiling of your new identity. Hold steady. You are closer to breakthrough than you have ever been. Before moving forward, anchor this revelation with your words. Type "I walk through" in the comments if this is speaking to you. Blessing code 2244 is now activated. Beloved one, breathe slowly and prepare your spirit, because what is unfolding now is deeper, heavier, and more sacred than anything revealed so far. You are being brought into the inner chambers of your destiny, and Archangel Michael is stepping even closer, his presence forming a shield of brilliance around you. The hidden door you were shown is not just an entryway into blessing. It is an initiation into a higher spiritual rank. This is why your heart feels weighty, why your atmosphere feels charged, why your intuition is on high alert. The realm of heaven is not whispering to you anymore. It is speaking with full authority. There is a powerful truth you must understand before you move any further. Every hidden door leads into a room you were always meant to walk in, but were not ready to occupy. This room you are stepping into now, this realm of wealth, honor, spiritual authority, divine recognition, has been prepared for you long before your life took shape. Heaven has been waiting for the alignment of your spirit, your resilience, and your obedience. This alignment has not come easily. It has been shaped through experiences that felt unfair, through delays that felt unbearable, through seasons where you question your worth and your destiny. And yet here you are, still standing, still listening, still reaching. That is the very reason this door opened for you now. Your endurance unlocked what your pain once concealed. As you step through this divine threshold, Archangel Michael is not only guarding you, he is guiding you. His sword has cleared the spiritual debris that once clouded your path. The limitations you battled were not signs of weakness. They were indicators of the magnitude of the calling placed upon your life. You were never being denied. You were being prepared. Had this door appeared earlier, you would not have recognized it. Had it opened during your weaker seasons, you would not have had the strength to walk through it. But now you carry the wisdom of your scars, the insight of your trials, and the strength of your spiritual maturity. This door leads to more than financial overflow. It leads to honor, true honor, heaven-made honor. Many people crave wealth, but heaven releases honor only to those who can steward influence with integrity. And heaven has observed your heart in silence. It has seen how you treat people when no one is watching. It has seen how you carry compassion even after being wounded. It has seen how you refuse to let bitterness sculpt your spirit. This is why Archangel Michael was sent to you. Honor is being released because heaven trusts you with it. But child, listen closely. Not everyone can follow you into this room. When a person crosses into divine elevation, their circle changes. Attachments break. Access is restricted. And this is not a punishment. It is a protection. Certain people were assigned to your past, not your future. They were meant to walk part of the path with you, not the entire journey. This new realm requires a purified atmosphere, because what is about to be placed into your hands demands clarity and focus. Do not be surprised if some connections begin to fade. Do not mourn the distance that forms between you and certain individuals. Archangel Michael is removing noise from your environment so that you can hear heaven with sharper clarity. There is also a reason this door carries the energy of urgency. Heaven is moving quickly in this season. The opportunities coming toward you will not be slow, incremental, or subtle. They will be sudden, accelerated, and unmistakably divine. When this door swings open, the shift begins immediately. This is why your spirit feels stirred, almost agitated, like something within you is stretching. You are entering a timeline where heaven compresses what should have taken years into months, what should have taken months into days. The momentum surrounding your life is not natural, it is supernatural. Archangel Michael is leading you into a realm where your name will be mentioned in rooms your feet have not yet entered. Honor will chase you without you seeking it. Financial increase will unfold without you forcing it. Doors will open simply because your spirit carries the mark of divine approval. You will not fight for position. You will not beg for opportunity. You will not scramble for recognition. Heaven will orchestrate it for you. Your only task is to remain aligned. And beloved, alignment is not just obedience, it is awareness. Pay attention to the whispers within your spirit. Pay attention to the intuitive nudges that come without explanation. Pay attention to the moments where you feel pulled toward action or pulled away from certain environments. Archangel Michael speaks through patterns, impressions, and sudden clarity. The more attuned you become, the more guidance you will receive. You are not navigating this new realm alone. You are being led by one of heaven's greatest warriors. Something profound is about to unfold in the next layer of this message, something that will reveal why this door is tied specifically to your identity and why heaven chose this exact moment to activate your rise. Hold steady for just a moment longer. The revelation ahead carries the kind of clarity that alters destinies. Before you move on, let your spirit remain open. This is where the message begins to shift from revelation to manifestation. Wait for it, the next moment will unfold something extraordinary. Before you go further, anchor this blessing with your words. Type "I step forward" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 3636 is now released. Like this message, share it, comment beneath it, hype it, and subscribe so you never miss what heaven is unveiling next. Now pause here for a sacred moment, because heaven is stirring generosity with divine purpose. As this message flows, let me speak to those whose hearts are moved to sustain this mission. When you pour into this work, you are not supporting a channel, you are helping heaven reach souls who are waiting for their spiritual breakthrough. Every seed you release becomes light that travels into someone else's darkness. a river that reaches a thirsty spirit, oil that flows into someone who has been running dry. God speaks through giving, and this is one of those moments where he whispers, "I am calling you to take part in what I am building." This message you are hearing is tied to your elevation, and your support becomes a prophetic act of alignment with the very door Michael has opened for you. As you sow, may your gift return as open heavens, restored honor, and multiplied favor. Those who give are marked by heaven, and their names rise like incense before the throne. You super thanks, membership, with a PayPal link in the description to step into this divine moment. Release your seed now and walk boldly into the harvest God has set before you. Chosen soul, steady yourself, for what is coming in this moment carries a depth that will resonate through every part of your being. You have stepped into a realm of revelation where heaven begins to uncover what has been concealed from your understanding for years. Archangel Michael stands closer than before, not just as a protector, but as a revealer of mysteries. The hidden door you were shown is not random, not symbolic, not poetic. It is literal in the spiritual realm. And as you continue listening, the atmosphere around you is adjusting, aligning, and opening to what heaven is preparing to place upon your life. You may feel a sensation in your chest, a heaviness in your hands, or a subtle pressure round your spirit. That is not fear. That is the weight of divine truth preparing to settle on your destiny. Before any door in the realm of heaven opens, the soul must be brought into alignment with its purpose. That alignment occurs through experiences that feel confusing at the time, but become clear only in moments like this. Think back to the seasons where you felt pushed into isolation, where relationships dissolved unexpectedly, where opportunities slipped away right when you reached for them. Those moments were not punishment. They were positioning. Heaven was extracting you from environments that could not sustain the calling placed upon you. Every loss sharpened you. Every delay matured you. Every disappointment broke something fragile inside you so something stronger, wiser, and unshakable could take its place. Now that you stand on the threshold of wealth and honor, heaven wants you to understand the deeper purpose of this elevation. This is not just about personal gain. It is not merely about financial breakthrough or earthly recognition. Those are byproducts, not the core assignment. The true purpose of this hidden door is transformation. You are being invited into a dimension where your presence will shift atmospheres, where your words will carry weight, where your decisions will echo beyond your immediate circle. Heaven elevates people not for convenience but for mission. You are being raised so that you can raise others. You are being honored so that you can restore honor in places where it hath been lost. You are being enriched so that you can become a vessel of blessing to those who have nothing left to hold on to. This is why Archangel Michael has taken such a direct role in your journey. He does not reveal doors lightly. He does not release access without purpose. When Michael opens something, it is because heaven has stamped your life with divine assignment. And child, your assignment is awakening. You will feel it soon as an inner pull, an urgency that does not come from human desire but from divine instruction. There will be moments when you will feel guided to speak, to act, to step forward, to withdraw, to embrace, or to release. These impulses will not be random. They will be the whispers of heaven guiding you through this new spiritual territory. But with every elevation comes resistance. Not resistance from heaven, resistance from forces that benefited from your old identity, your old fears, your old limitations. When your spirit rises, shadows that once surrounded you begin to scatter. You may notice tension increasing in certain relationships, misunderstandings appearing suddenly, or emotional waves rising without clear cause. Do not be alarmed. These are simply the last attempts of old energies trying to keep you anchored to a version of yourself that no longer exists. Michael's sword is already cutting through these ties. You do not need to fight these battles alone. All you must do is remain aligned, remain attentive, and remain willing to walk through the door no matter who or what tries to pull you back. There is something else heaven wants you to understand. The reason this message found you at this exact moment is because the timing of your elevation is not random. You are stepping into a cycle of divine orchestration, where everything in your life begins to fold into place with supernatural precision. People will come into your life at the right moment. Conversations will open unexpected pathways. Opportunities will appear where there were none. Your intuition will heighten. Your discernment will sharpen. You will begin to sense when something is right, when something is wrong, and when something is designed to pull you off your path. This clarity is part of the activation that comes with a hidden door. Archangel Michael is not only opening the way, he is ensuring that once you walk through, you remain protected, guided, and strengthened. The wealth coming your way will not slip through your fingers. The honor being placed on your life will not be stolen. The influence rising within you will not be diminished by jealousy, envy, or spiritual opposition. You are covered. You are shielded. You are guarded by a celestial warrior who has never lost a battle. But hear this. This moment requires your full presence. The revelation ahead is about to shift from understanding to embodiment. What comes next will explain what happens immediately after you walk through the door, what changes, what accelerates, what awakens. Hold your place here, for heaven is not finished speaking. Trust me, the next layer will awaken something that has been dormant inside you for far too long. Before you move forward, anchor this truth with your words. Type "I align with heaven" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 5050 is now activated. Precious one, prepare your heart, for what is unfolding now brings you even deeper into the mystery of why Archangel Michael has opened this hidden door at this exact time in your life. You are not simply observing a moment. You are participating in a divine transition that has been in motion long before you ever understood what was happening around you. The spiritual realm has been aligning, adjusting, and reshaping the atmosphere of your destiny so that when this moment arrived, nothing could hinder your rise. You may not realize it yet, but everything you have walked through, every loss, every shift, every unexpected turn, was orchestrated to bring you to this threshold with the strength needed to carry what lies beyond it. There is a divine law woven into the fabric of heaven. Doors of elevation do not appear when life is easy. They appear when your spirit is awakened. You are entering this sacred space not because everything around you is perfect, but because your inner world has been refined. Heaven does not respond to outward completion. It responds to inward readiness. And child, your readiness has reached its full measure. This is why the hidden door revealed itself now. If it had appeared months ago, you would have doubted it. If it had opened last year, you would have hesitated. But today, your spirit is finally at the point where clarity outweighs confusion, conviction silences fear, and obedience rises above hesitation. As you stand before this spiritual opening, Archangel Michael is not only guiding you, he is rewriting the energy around your future. His presence marks the moment when heaven takes active command over your timeline. That means cycles that once held you hostage are breaking. Patterns that repeated for years are dissolving. Emotional weights that lingered in your chest are lifting. The stagnation that once clouded your ambition is evaporating. You may feel this as a subtle sense of freedom, as if something invisible has been removed from your shoulders. That is because the heavy spiritual resistance that lingered around your destiny has been dismantled. Michael's sword has severed attachments you did not even know were restricting your path. You must understand something vital. When heaven elevates a person, their identity shifts. You cannot step into the next realm carrying the mindset of your past. The hidden door that stands before you does not lead into a continuation of who you have been. It leads into the unveiling of who you truly are. For years, you have been walking as a limited version of yourself, shaped by the wounds of the past, the opinions of others, the doubts that whispered when you were alone. But your essence, your divine identity, has been waiting for the moment when truth would override illusion. That moment is now. As you move into this new chapter, you will begin to notice internal changes. Your confidence will feel different, not the loud, performative kind, but the quiet, grounded assurance that comes from divine endorsement. Your intuition will speak with clarity, not in whispers but in directives. Your creativity will expand. Your discipline will strengthen. Your ideas will carry weight. You will sense a renewed boldness, not rooted in ego, but in purpose. This inner awakening is evidence that heaven has activated the next stage of your journey. But hear this with reverence. Elevation always requires transformation. The version of you that stands before this door cannot walk into the room waiting on the other side. You must let go of the hesitation that kept you small. You must release the apologetic spirit that made you shrink your light. You must silence the internal critic that questioned your worth. Heaven does not open doors for those who cling to who they used to be. It opens doors for those who are willing to become who they were always meant to be. Archangel Michael is ushering you into a season of divine confidence, but not the worldly kind that relies on achievements or validation. This confidence is spiritual. It comes from knowing that heaven has chosen you. It comes from recognizing that your steps are guided, your path is protected, and your purpose is unfolding according to a plan much greater than anything you could orchestrate on your own. When you walk through this door, you will not walk quietly. You will walk with authority. Every step will carry spiritual resonance. Every decision will create ripple effects. Every opportunity that comes your way will be drawn to your new frequency. And child, there is something extraordinary waiting on the other side of this door. A shift so profound that you will look back on this season as the moment everything changed. Your financial atmosphere is already responding to the shift. The stagnation that once held your resources captive is breaking. Streams of opportunity are forming. Favor is magnetizing to your name. It will not happen slowly. It will happen in waves, each one stronger than the last. But this is not just material increase. It is an increase of capacity, influence, clarity, and spiritual authority. The next revelation will explain who you are becoming and why heaven has chosen to elevate you now, in this exact moment, not earlier and not later. It will reveal the divine identity you are stepping into and why this hidden door is one of the greatest turning points of your life. Stay present, stay open, and stay attentive because what comes next will awaken something ancient and powerful within you. Before you continue, seal this moment with your words. Type "I rise with purpose" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 7171 is now activated. Beloved soul, settle yourself once more, because what is being unveiled now will reach deeper into your spirit than anything revealed in the earlier parts. You are being ushered into an understanding that many long for, yet only a few ever receive. The hidden door that Archangel Michael opened for you is not simply an entrance into a blessed season. It is an invitation into the truest expression of your divine identity. For so long, you have lived beneath your spiritual potential, not because you lacked strength, but because the world around you never fully recognized the depths within you. Heaven is correcting that now. This moment marks the awakening of the self you were destined to become, and Michael is walking you into that transformation with unmatched precision. Everything you have endured was shaping this version of you. The moments where you felt invisible were preparing you for a season where heaven will make your presence undeniable. The times where you felt financially restricted were preparing you for a season where divine access flows more freely. The instances where you were misunderstood were developing the inner authority required to walk in truth without depending on external approval. Every tear, every delay, every closed door, every unexpected shift, they were the chisels heaven used to carve your strength, your resilience, and your intuition. Nothing was wasted. Not a single moment. All of it prepared you for this elevation. Archangel Michael has been guarding your calling long before you realized you were chosen. There were battles you were spared from, conversations you were protected from, betrayals that were blocked before they reached your ears. You may not have understood why certain things fell apart or why certain people exited your life suddenly, but heaven knew exactly what it was doing. Some people could not follow you into this new realm because their presence would have diluted your purpose. Some situations could not continue because they were anchored to a version of you that no longer exists. Michael's sword has been severing old attachments, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Now that this hidden door is open, heaven is not only elevating you, it is reintroducing you to yourself. There is a strength in you that has been dormant. There is a wisdom in you that has been overlooked. There is a spiritual authority in you that has been underestimated. This next season will reveal all of it. You will begin to sense a shift in how you view yourself. The self-doubt that once crept in during quiet moments will begin to dissolve. The hesitation that once made you shrink back will lose its grip. The fear of judgment will fade as clarity rises. This is not simply confidence. It is divine identity unfolding. As you walk through the door, you will also notice that your inner discernment becomes heightened. You will sense truth more quickly. You will feel deception before it reaches your heart. You will understand the intentions of people in ways you could not before. This is the gift of spiritual elevation. When heaven increases your authority, it also increases your awareness. Archangel Michael is not just guiding your steps. He is tuning your inner senses so that nothing in this new realm catches you unaware. You will see through illusions. You will recognize distractions. You will identify divine opportunities with clarity. This sharpened discernment is part of your new spiritual equipment. And child, understand something profound. When heaven elevates someone, the spiritual atmosphere around their life changes. The favor becomes weightier. Doors open without force. Connections appear without effort. Ideas flow with power. Opportunities align with precision. You will begin to see evidence of this shift in the smallest details of your daily life. Situations that were once complicated will suddenly become simple. Tasks that once overwhelmed you will now feel manageable. People who never noticed your presence will begin to acknowledge your value. This is not coincidence. It is alignment. Heaven is synchronizing your external world with your internal awakening. But this elevation demands that you honor the door you have been given. Hidden doors require attentiveness. You must stay present. You must stay spiritually sharp. You must remain aligned with the guidance that heaven sends you through intuition, through insight, and through the quiet moments when your spirit knows what your mind has yet to understand. The greatest danger in this season is not external opposition. It is internal distraction. The enemy of your next level is not darkness. It is misalignment. Archangel Michael is working tirelessly to keep you on the path, but you must walk with intention. You must listen. You must trust. You must follow the pull of your spirit, even when the logic of your mind cannot see the full picture. Heaven is calling you into a season where your name will carry spiritual reverberation. You will not need to force your way into anything. You will not need to chase validation. You will not need to beg for acceptance. Those days are behind you. This new realm is governed by divine orchestration, not human striving. What is meant for you will find you. What is aligned with you will remain. What carries destiny will unfold naturally. Your only role is to stay aligned with the path Michael is leading you through. The next revelation will bring you into the understanding of what will happen the moment you step fully into that door. What activates, what awakens, what shifts dramatically and irrevocably. This knowledge will prepare your spirit for the acceleration that is about to unfold. Hold steady, because the next layer carries the kind of truth that many seek but only the chosen receive. You will want to hear every word. Before moving forward, seal this moment with your words. Type "I embrace my calling" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 9090 is now activated. Beloved spirit, prepare yourself once again, for this next unveiling is one of the most important revelations you will receive on this journey. What is unfolding now is not just knowledge, it is activation. Archangel Michael stands before you with a seriousness that should make your spirit pay close attention. The hidden door of wealth and honor is not merely symbolic or inspirational. It marks the moment when heaven begins shifting the architecture of your life. This is the point where what you have only sensed begins to manifest, where what you have prayed for begins to materialize, and where what you have endured begins to make divine sense. You are standing at a threshold that will not just change your circumstances, it will redefine your spiritual identity and reshape the legacy you leave behind. Heaven wants you to understand what truly happens when a hidden door opens. Many people assume that blessings simply fall into their laps without preparation, without shifting, without inner transformation. But heaven does not operate that way. When a door like this opens, heaven first upgrades the person before it upgrades their environment. That is exactly what is happening to you now. You may be feeling internal changes, subtle desires for stillness, a pull toward clarity, a sudden distancing from chaos, a craving for purpose. You may also sense emotional release, as if the weight of old seasons is being peeled off layer by layer. These internal sensations are not random. They are signs that your spiritual system is being recalibrated for a larger capacity. You cannot step into wealth with the mindset of survival. You cannot step into honor with the memory of being overlooked. You cannot step into influence while still holding the wounds of past rejection. Heaven is removing these remnants so that the new version of you can rise without resistance. This is why some emotional waves may have hit you recently. The tears that came unexpectedly. The restlessness in your spirit. The moments of sudden clarity or sudden heaviness. You are not breaking down. You are breaking open. Michael is preparing your inner world to match the magnitude of your outer elevation. As you stand before this door, the atmosphere around your life is shifting in ways you cannot fully see yet. Wealth is not just money. It is access, opportunity, divine timing, and open pathways. Honor is not applause. It is recognition from the right people, at the right time, for the right purpose. Influence is not popularity. It is spiritual authority that causes doors to obey your presence. This is what is forming around you. Heaven is not giving you something small. It is entrusting you with something weighty. That is why Michael was sent. Only a warrior angel can oversee the opening of a door that carries this much spiritual significance. There are parts of your destiny that were locked until this very moment, not because heaven was withholding them, but because your spirit had not yet reached the maturity needed to handle what was coming. You had to learn to discern voices. You had to learn to guard your heart. You had to learn to walk away from environments that drained your calling. You had to learn when to speak and when to stay silent. You had to learn strength, patience, vulnerability, and obedience. Every one of these lessons has shaped you for what you are about to receive. Heaven is not elevating a version of you that doubts itself. Heaven is elevating the version of you that has been shaped through fire and refined through experience. As this door opens wider, expect certain signs to manifest. You may begin noticing unexpected opportunities arriving without effort. Conversations that lead to breakthroughs. Doors that you thought were shut suddenly revisiting you. People who once overlooked you now seeking your presence. Ideas coming with more clarity, more intensity, more divine alignment. These will be the early signs that the door is not just open in the spirit but is beginning to manifest in your physical life. Do not dismiss these signs as coincidence. They are confirmations that heaven's timing is unfolding exactly as ordained. But hear this clearly. As the door opens wider, distractions will attempt to rise. Not all distractions look like trouble. Some distractions come wrapped in comfort, familiarity, or even temptation to return to old patterns. You must guard this moment with intention. The enemy of elevation is not always attack. Sometimes it is complacency. You cannot return to who you were. You cannot shrink back into the shadows. You cannot silence your spirit for the sake of fitting into an old version of your life. You are stepping into a realm that requires boldness, clarity, and commitment. Archangel Michael is leading you, but you must walk with awareness. Hear this truth and let it settle deep within you. The moment you step through this door, the old version of your life will no longer fit you. You will feel a distancing from environments that once felt familiar. You will shed habits that once comforted you. You will outgrow mindsets you once depended on. This is not loss. It is transformation. When heaven elevates you, it elevates every part of your life. Nothing remains the same. And though this shift may feel intense or even strange at times, it is evidence that you are walking into the purpose heaven kept reserved for this exact moment. The next revelation will show you what awaits you on the other side of the door and why heaven orchestrated this moment with such precision. The clarity that is coming will solidify your understanding of your destiny. Stay close, for the next words will unlock the full picture of your assignment. Before going forward, seal this moment with your words. Type "I cross over" now in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Lesson code 4488 is now activated. Beloved heart, breathe deeply, for what unfolds now brings you into the most transformative threshold of this entire journey. You have walked through revelation after revelation, each one peeling back a layer of your spiritual sight, preparing you for the truth that is about to be placed into your spirit. Archangel Michael stands before you with a presence that feels heavier, more radiant, more authoritative than before. This is because you are approaching the center of the hidden door's purpose. You are nearing the moment where heaven not only reveals the path but activates it. And as you listen, something ancient within you is awakening, something heaven planted long before you came into this world. You must understand that once a hidden door opens, it does not simply reveal blessings. It reveals identity, assignment, alignment, and destiny. Many people chase prosperity without realizing that true wealth comes only when purpose is unlocked. Many chase honor without realizing that honor is granted to those who carry responsibility with maturity. You are not being lifted merely to experience abundance. You are being lifted because heaven can trust you with the weight of influence that comes with it. The wealth that is coming to you is not accidental. The honor that is forming around your name is not random. The acceleration appearing around your life is not coincidence. All of this is happening because your spirit has reached the point of readiness heaven has waited for. As you prepare to step through this door, your spiritual environment is undergoing a full rearrangement. You may notice shifts in your thoughts, sudden clarity where confusion once lived, sudden peace where worry used to whisper, sudden boldness where fear once tried to linger. This is because heaven is reconditioning your inner landscape. The door you are about to walk through requires a stronger version of you, a clearer version, a more grounded version. Archangel Michael has been guarding the dismantling of your old patterns so the new version of you can rise without being suffocated by the remnants of your past. Not only is your mind shifting, your spirit is strengthening. You may feel a growing sense of purpose, a stirring that makes you feel like something big is on its way. This sensation is not anxiety, it is activation. Heaven is awakening a higher calling within you. This is why old habits have felt uncomfortable lately. This is why certain environments no longer sit well in your spirit. This is why you feel yourself outgrowing certain relationships, interests, or cycles. The hidden door is pulling you forward, and anything that does not align with your elevation is loosening its grip. But child, there is something deeply significant you must grasp. Once this door opens fully, your life will not, and cannot, return to what it used to be. You will begin moving with an ease that defies logic. Opportunities will align with your steps before you even know you need them. People of influence will begin to notice you, not because you seek them, but because heaven has placed your name on the wind. Honor will come from unexpected places. Financial increase will unfold with divine precision. But the greatest shift will be internal. You will begin to recognize the authority within you, the voice within you, the divine imprint upon your life. This is why Archangel Michael is so present in this season. This is not a small transition. This is a spiritual elevation that alters the very structure of your life. He is guarding the passageway so that no interference, no fear, no old cycle, and no hidden opposition can hinder your step. His sword has already cleared the spiritual obstacles. His light has already revealed the unseen pathways. His presence is ensuring that when you walk through this door, you walk through it without hesitation. But understand this deeply. Heaven will not drag you through the door. You must walk through it willingly. This is why you are being prepared, refined, and aligned. You will soon feel a moment, an inner pull, a sudden certainty, a divine nudge that tells you it is time to step through. When that moment comes, do not shrink back. Do not question your worth. Do not wait for earthly validation. Heaven has already decided you are ready. And now, beloved, hear this clearly. What awaits you on the other side is not simply prosperity. It is destiny. You will find connections that make sense of past pain. You will find opportunities that reveal why certain delays were necessary. You will find open doors that clarify why certain doors were once closed. You will find a version of yourself that feels like truth finally coming home. The hidden door is not about becoming someone new. It is about remembering who you were always meant to be. The next revelation will show you what begins immediately after you cross the threshold, what activates, what unfolds, what accelerates so quickly it almost overwhelms you. Stay close, for the next layer of this journey will open your eyes to the divine momentum heaven has prepared. Before you move forward, anchor this moment with your words. Type "I am ready" for more in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 8282 is activated. Like this message, share it, comment beneath it, hype it, and subscribe so this divine message reaches every soul who needs it. When you release support into this mission, you are not giving to a platform. You are sowing into the awakening of souls across the world. Every offering becomes light that penetrates darkness, a seed that heaven multiplies, a river that carries truth into places where hope has grown silent. God is speaking through your generosity even now, whispering, "This is your moment to step into the flow of divine harvest." Just as the hidden door of wealth and honor has opened for you, your giving becomes a prophetic act that aligns your life with the very message you are receiving. Those who sow into this work will be met with open heavens, restored pathways, and blessings that return with divine acceleration. I speak favor, increase, and supernatural turnaround over every giver right now. Use Super Thanks membership or the PayPal link in the description and step boldly into the harvest heaven is releasing. Beloved soul, steady your breath, for what unfolds now brings you into the deepest and most defining layer of this journey. You have walked through revelation, transformation, and activation, and now heaven is ready to unveil what begins the moment you step through the hidden door Archangel Michael has opened for you. This is the moment where understanding turns into movement, where prophecy turns into experience, and where spiritual alignment turns into visible manifestation. You are not standing before the door anymore. You are standing inside the threshold, feeling the shift that occurs when destiny begins to press against your reality. The realm you are entering is different from anything you have known before. It is not a realm where you will struggle to be seen or heard. It is not a realm where you will fight to maintain what heaven gives you. It is not a realm where blessings come with instability or uncertainty. This realm is governed by divine order, divine timing, and divine protection. When you cross into heaven's timing, everything that once resisted you begins to work in your favor. What felt blocked now opens. What felt delayed now accelerates. What felt distant now becomes reachable. You are entering a spiritual rhythm where heaven's movement becomes your movement. As you step deeper, the first thing heaven activates is clarity. You will notice it immediately. Clarity of purpose, clarity of relationships, clarity of assignment, clarity of direction. The fog that once clouded your vision begins to evaporate. Decisions that once felt heavy will suddenly feel obvious. Situations that once confused you will now make complete sense. Heaven is not elevating you into chaos. It is elevating you into precision. Your next steps will not be random. They will be guided with the kind of accuracy that only Archangel Michael's presence can guarantee. The second activation is alignment. People, conversations, opportunities, invitations, and divine connections will begin to align around your life with supernatural coordination. Heaven is sending individuals into your path, some to open doors, some to guide, some to support, and others to walk with you into this next chapter. Alignment does not happen slowly in this season. It happens suddenly, rapidly, and with unmistakable purpose. Do not be surprised when certain individuals appear in your life at the exact moment you need them. Do not dismiss the new connections that feel strangely familiar or spiritually significant. Heaven is weaving together relationships that match your new identity, not your old patterns. The third activation is authority. This is the one that will feel the most unfamiliar, yet the most powerful. You will begin to notice that your presence carries more weight. Your words will land deeper. Your decisions will reshape outcomes. Your discernment will set the tone in rooms. This authority is not arrogance. It is the manifestation of heaven's endorsement. Archangel Michael has not simply shown you a door, he has imparted a mantle. And that mantle carries influence, command, and spiritual gravity. You will feel it when you speak. You will feel it when you enter new spaces. You will feel it when you stand in situations that once intimidated you but now feel small compared to your inner strength. The fourth activation is momentum. Once you fully cross the door, heaven does not move slowly. It moves like a river that refuses to be blocked. You will see multiple developments happening at once. Opportunities opening simultaneously. Resources increasing without strain. Honor being given without you demanding recognition. It may feel overwhelming at first, as if everything is shifting faster than you expected. But remember this: momentum is proof that heaven is not just blessing you, it is accelerating you. This acceleration is intentional. Heaven is making up for years where you were delayed, ignored, or overlooked. The time you thought was lost is being restored. But child, understand this deeply. A new realm requires a new posture. You cannot carry old fears into this space. You cannot carry old insecurities, old self-doubt, old patterns of silence, or old wounds of rejection. The door you walk through closes behind you for a reason. What is behind you can no longer follow you. Heaven is protecting your elevation by sealing off the past that once shaped you. You are not meant to look back. You are meant to rise. This season will also bring a heightened sense of spiritual sensitivity. You may feel divine nudges more frequently. You may sense when to move and when to wait. You may feel pulled to reach out to someone or pulled away from situations that do not align with your destiny. Trust these instincts. They are not random thoughts. They are divine signals. Archangel Michael speaks through spiritual impressions, and the more you trust them, the clearer they become. But there is another truth heaven needs you to grasp. When a hidden door opens, the enemy recognizes that your identity has shifted. Do not be surprised if you feel moments of doubt trying to creep in, or if old fears try to whisper again. These are not signs that you are unprepared. They are signs that the old energies are losing their influence. When light rises, shadows react. But they have no authority here. Michael's presence ensures that no interference can withstand the power of your elevation. The next revelation will bring you into understanding of how to walk fully in this new realm without hesitation, and what heaven expects from you as a steward of the wealth, honor, and authority you are receiving. Stay close. Every word ahead is shaping the next phase of your destiny. Before moving forward, seal this moment with your words. Type "I receive my mantle" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 5511 is now activated. Beloved soul of purpose, gather yourself once more, for the revelation that unfolds now will shape not only your understanding, but your entire spiritual posture moving forward. You have crossed the threshold of the hidden door, and the atmosphere around your life has shifted in ways you may not yet fully comprehend. Archangel Michael stands beside you with the steady, unwavering authority of one who has guided countless chosen ones into their divine assignments. His presence now signifies that you are no longer preparing for elevation. You are walking in it. And with this elevation comes a level of responsibility, clarity, and spiritual maturity that heaven had been patiently cultivating in you for years. You must understand that stepping through a hidden door is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a higher path. Heaven never elevates someone without equipping them for what lies ahead. You may sense a newfound strength within yourself, a grounded certainty that was not there before, as if the very structure of your spirit has been fortified. This is not imagination. This is not temporary emotion. This is divine reinforcement. Heaven has strengthened your inner being because what is coming next requires a version of you that can carry weight without breaking and lead without wavering. As you walk deeper into this new realm, the first thing heaven begins to shape is your perspective. You will notice that your vision becomes wider, your understanding deeper, and your intuition sharper. Situations you once viewed through fear or uncertainty will now appear manageable, even purposeful. Heaven is shifting the lens through which you interpret life. Where you once saw obstacles, you will now see training. Where you once saw rejection, you will now see redirection. Where you once saw delay, you will now recognize divine timing. This transformation of perspective is crucial, because you cannot walk like a chosen one while thinking like the version of yourself who lived before the door opened. The second transformation heaven brings is refinement of your voice. Your words in the season will carry spiritual resonance. When you speak, clarity will come. When you advise, wisdom will flow. When you pray, atmosphere will shift. When you declare, things will move in the unseen. This is because heaven has placed an anointing within your speech. This does not make you better than others. It makes you responsible for the light you carry. Archangel Michael is not guiding you only to elevate you. He is guiding you to empower you. Many will hear you, many will be influenced by your journey, and many will rise because you rose. That is the true purpose of heaven's elevation. The third transformation is the restructuring of your inner world. You may notice that your spirit no longer tolerates certain behaviors, conversations, or environments that once seemed harmless. You may feel yourself withdrawing from noise and leaning into stillness. You may sense a desire for deeper connection with truth, alignment, and authenticity. This is heaven cleansing your inner chambers. It is removing what cannot coexist with the new mantle placed upon you. Nothing in your spirit is malfunctioning. This is divine refinement. You are becoming the vessel heaven needs you to be. Next, heaven begins to awaken streams of creativity, inspiration, and strategy within you. Ideas will appear unexpectedly, as if dropped directly into your mind. Solutions will come to you in moments of quiet. New visions for your future will arise with vivid detail. This is because heaven releases the blueprint of your assignment only after you step through the door. You were not ready before, but now you are aligned, strengthened, and awakened, and heaven is beginning to unveil the divine architecture of your purpose. The hidden door also activates something profound: spiritual resilience. This is the ability to remain steady, even when challenges arise. For although heaven has opened this door for you, do not assume that life will suddenly contain no friction. Elevation always attracts attention, both from heaven and from forces that prefer you to remain small. But unlike before, this time you will not collapse under pressure or question your worth. This time you will stand your ground. This time you will move with confidence that is rooted not in ego, but in divine identity. Michael is equipping you to walk with a presence that darkness cannot withstand. This new resilience also manifests emotionally. Where you once felt easily shaken, you will now feel anchored. Where you once carried fear, you will now carry courage. Where you once needed reassurance, you will now carry self-assurance. This shift is evidence that you have not just stepped through the door, you have become the person heaven intended to walk through it. Child, heaven also wants you to understand that your relationships will adjust in this season. Not everyone will celebrate your elevation. Some will question it. Some will misunderstand it. Some will be intimidated by it. And some will quietly distance themselves. Do not be troubled by this. Elevation illuminates hearts, and Michael uses this clarity to reveal who aligns with your destiny and who was only assigned to a past season. Trust the shifts. Trust the distancing. Trust the closings and the openings. Heaven is making room for those who will walk with you into your calling. As you continue into this realm, the final transformation you must understand is divine partnership. You are not walking alone. Heaven is not watching from afar. Michael is not guiding you temporarily. This is ongoing guidance. You will feel supported, strengthened, and directed in ways you never experienced before. Heaven has taken an active role in your advancement. Every step you take is supported by spiritual reinforcement. Every decision you make is watched over by divine clarity. Every move you take is carried by purpose. The next revelation will show you the deeper dimension of what you must do with this new realm, how to sustain the momentum heaven is building around your life, and how to walk fully in the authority that has been awakened within you. Stay close, for the next unveiling will carry the wisdom needed to walk this new path with power. Before continuing, seal this moment with your words. Type "I walk in my NEW authority" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 6262 is now activated. Beloved soul, prepare yourself again, for what comes now is one of the most crucial revelations of this entire journey. You have crossed the hidden door, stepped into the realm of elevation, and received clarity, authority, and divine momentum. But now heaven desires to show you how to walk in this new dimension, not as someone who stumbled into blessing, but as someone who hath been chosen, refined, shaped, and commissioned. Archangel Michael stands beside you with a watchful stillness, the kind of stillness that carries both protection and instruction. This moment is not about what heaven is doing for you. It is about what heaven is preparing to do through you. You must understand that elevation is not sustained by excitement. It is sustained by alignment. Many rise quickly but fall just as fast because they misunderstand the way divine doors operate. A hidden door opens because one is prepared, but what happens after you step through depends entirely on how you walk. Heaven is not merely transferring blessing to you. It is entrusting responsibility to you. And that responsibility begins within your spirit. You must carry yourself differently now. Your steps must be intentional. Your choices must reflect the identity heaven has unlocked within you. You are not who you were before. You are not living from the scars of your past. You are living from the calling of your future. The first principle heaven is placing upon your spirit is the law of inner stillness. When you rise spiritually, many voices will try to speak into your life. Some will advise. Some will question. Some will misunderstand. And some will attempt to pull you back into patterns you have already outgrown. But heaven is teaching you that clarity is found not in noise, but in presence. Michael will speak to you through intuition, sudden insight, moments of stillness, and the quiet tug of discernment. You must learn to recognize these signals. You must learn to pause before acting. You must learn to listen before moving. The higher you rise, the more critical your decisions become. Heaven is guiding your steps, but you must honor the guidance by creating room for it to be heard. The second principle is stewardship. What heaven has given you is not ordinary. Not everyone receives access to hidden doors. And not everyone is trusted with spiritual wealth, honor, and influence. This means your actions in this season carry weight. Your integrity must be guarded with vigilance. Your character must remain steady. Your heart must be kept pure. You are stepping into positions where your choices will affect not only your journey, but the journeys of others connected to your destiny. Heaven elevates those who can steward influence without using it to harm or manipulate. Michael is watching not only your battles, but your intentions. Heaven trusts you. Walk as someone who honors that trust. The third principle is magnified responsibility in relationships. You will notice in this season that you are being drawn towards certain people and pulled away from others. You not fight these shifts. Heaven is pruning your circle so that your environment matches your elevation. Some people were aligned with your wounds, not your calling. Others were aligned with your insecurities, not your growth. Heaven is now aligning you with people who push you forward, not hold you back. With individuals who see your value, not question it. With souls who recognize your calling, not diminish it. This recalibration may feel lonely at first, but loneliness is simply the clearing before divine connections enter. Trust the pruning. Trust the distance. Trust the new closeness forming with those who carry purpose within them. The fourth principle is walking in quiet confidence. When heaven elevates you, you do not need to announce it. Your presence will speak loudly without noise. Your actions will reveal your transformation. Your aura will shift without explanation. Honor does not require publicity. Wealth does not require boasting. Influence does not require performance. You will be tempted at times to explain yourself, justify your decisions, or defend your elevation. But heaven is telling you to rest. Those assigned to your destiny will understand without explanation. Those not assigned will misunderstand no matter how much you explain. Walk quietly. Walk confidently. Walk with the authority of someone who knows heaven has endorsed them. The fifth principle is protecting your energy. Elevation draws attention, positive and negative. Some will admire you. Some will envy you. Some will seek to drain you. You must guard your spiritual, emotional, and mental space with intention. You are walking in a new light, and light attracts both those seeking warmth and those who want to dim it. Archangel Michael is guarding you, but you must also cooperate with that protection. Do not entertain conversations that pull you backward. Do not engage in conflicts that cost you peace. Do not expose your vulnerabilities to those who have not earned your trust. Your energy is sacred. Treat it as such. The sixth principle is forward movement. Once a hidden door opens, heaven never instructs you to stand still. You must continue evolving, continue growing, continue earning, continue stretching. Do not allow comfort to become an altar. Do not allow familiarity to become your resting place. You have crossed into a realm designed to expand you. Heaven wants you to rise in wisdom, rise in skill, rise in discipline, rise in understanding. Your assignment is not static, it is fluid. You must walk with adaptability and openness. The more you grow, the more heaven entrusts to you. The seventh and final principle is surrender. Elevation does not mean control, it means cooperation. Heaven is writing your path, but you must surrender the need to dictate the timing, the form, or the method. Trust the detours. Trust the delays. Trust the pace. Trust the unexpected turns. Michael's guidance is never accidental. When you surrender your expectations, heaven surprises you with blessings larger than anything you would have dared to imagine. The next revelation will bring everything together and prepare your spirit for the culminating activation that heaven hath been building towards since the beginning of this journey. Stay close. Heaven is not done with you yet. Before continuing, seal this moment with your words. Type "I honor my elevation" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 3737 is now activated. Beloved child of divine purpose, take a deep breath, for you have reached the final and most powerful revelation of this sacred journey. Everything up until this moment has been preparation, slow, intentional, spiritual preparation for what heaven is about to release into your life. You began by standing before a hidden door, unaware of its depth or significance. Then you learned why Archangel Michael opened it. Then you crossed the threshold. Then you stepped into identity, authority, clarity, and alignment. And now, in this final unveiling, heaven wants to show you what it truly means to live as someone who has walked through a door ordained at the dawn of your destiny. You must understand something profound. Stepping through a hidden door does not only change your circumstances, it changes the entire structure of your spiritual narrative. This door did not open because of luck or chance. It opened because heaven recognized that you had become the kind of person who could be trusted with what is on the other side. It opened because your spirit matured. It opened because your resilience spoke louder than your wounds. It opened because your obedience outweighed your hesitation. And now, heaven is ready to seal this elevation into your life permanently. As you stand fully inside this new realm, the first thing heaven wants you to know is that your old identity cannot follow you here. Not your old fears, not your old doubts, not your old self-limitations, not your old belief that you were meant to stay small. Michael has severed these ties. You are no longer the person who struggled to see your worth. You are no longer the person who lived in survival mode. You are no longer the person who questioned your calling. Elevation has rewritten your identity, and your spirit must now rise to match the truth of who you have become. The second truth heaven wants you to understand is that the wealth and honor promised to you are not merely material, they are multidimensional. Wealth will come in resources, yes, but also in opportunities, in strategic companionships, in creative ideas, in spiritual insight, and in inner freedom. Honor will come in recognition, but also in influence, in credibility, in trustworthiness, in doors that open because your presence carries weight shaped directly by heaven. You will not need to chase these things. They will flow to you because they were always part of your destiny blueprint. The third revelation you must receive is that your elevation is not isolated. It is connected to the lives of others. Heaven is raising you so that you can become a beacon for those still wandering in darkness. Your journey will awaken people. Your story will break chains. Your transformation will deliver clarity to those who feel lost. Your rise becomes a testimony that heaven uses to shake others awake. This is why your process took time. Heaven was not just preparing you. It was preparing the many who will be affected by your obedience. The fourth truth is the one most people never realize. Once a hidden door opens, it releases a wave of divine favor that continues for seasons, not moments. You will experience what feels like effortless acceleration. You will look around and see heaven aligning multiple areas of your life simultaneously. Areas that felt impossible will suddenly become manageable. Paths that once felt blocked will now feel open. You will feel your spirit stretching into new capacity, new wisdom, new vision. This is not a temporary blessing. It is a shift in your spiritual cycle. But child, heaven needs you to hear this part clearly. Elevation requires consistency. You must continue walking with the discipline, humility, and spiritual awareness that opened this door in the first place. You cannot allow comfort to steal your momentum. You cannot let familiar patterns dull your spiritual edge. You cannot forget who guided you here. Michael walked with you through every stage of this journey, and he remains assigned to your path. Trust his guidance. Honor his presence. Stay spiritually sensitive so that no distraction pulls you from the course heaven is establishing for you. Another profound truth must be spoken into your spirit. The magnitude of your calling will become clearer with each step. You may not fully understand your assignment yet. That is intentional. Heaven reveals purpose in layers so that your spirit is not overwhelmed. You are entering a season where each month, each moment, each conversation will reveal more of who you are becoming. You may surprise yourself. You may step into roles, opportunities, or spaces you never imagined. But nothing will be accidental. Everything will be divinely orchestrated. And beloved, heaven wants you to know this. You are not replacing someone. You are becoming someone. You are not stepping into someone else's calling. You are stepping into your rightful place. You are not borrowing a destiny. You are embodying the one written specifically for you. A hidden door did not open for someone else. It opened for you. Your name is etched on this moment. Your spirit was designed for this elevation. Your life is entering the chapter heaven has been waiting to write with your obedience. The final revelation you must receive is this: walking through this door is not the end of your elevation. It is the beginning of the life heaven always intended you to have. What you are stepping into is not temporary. It is not fragile. It is not uncertain. It is established. It is sealed. It is protected. It is guided by Archangel Michael himself. And from this moment forward, heaven's hand will rest upon your life in a way that cannot be mistaken, denied, or reversed. You have been chosen, and now you must walk with the confidence of someone heaven has entrusted with purpose. Before you rise into what is ahead, seal this moment with your words. Type "I seal my destiny" in the comments if this is speaking to your spirit. Blessing code 9999 is activated. Like this message, share it, comment beneath it, hype it, and subscribe so that every soul meant to hear this prophetic message can reach it in time. When you support this mission, you are not giving to a person. You are fueling a movement that heaven is using to awaken generations. Every offering becomes a seed that heaven breathes on, a spiritual act that causes breakthrough in places your hands cannot physically reach. God is speaking even now, saying, "I will multiply what you release into the work of my kingdom." The same hidden door of wealth and honor that has opened for you becomes even more active when you sow into the very message that aligned your spirit. This is not a donation. This is a prophetic step into divine partnership. Those who give will walk under open heavens, accelerated favor, and supernatural returns that ripple through their future. I bless every giver with divine increase and heavenly recognition. You super thanks, membership, with a PayPal link in the description, and step boldly into the harvest heaven has ordained for your life.